welcome back. I'm Michelle with Living in Midwest Life and here with John, who's also with Living in Midwest Life. We're at one of your properties today in Madison, on the east side of Madison. That is a very special part of Madison's history, right?
Yeah, it is. The Willy St area is just one of those very historic, just very sought after places. I mean, we are 2 blocks off of Lake Monona here, right off of Willy St a block or so, and just you just can't beat the neighborhood around here. It's just fantastic.
It is. And you know, the east side offers that flair, that artistic feel, that quirkiness that so many people that live in Madison love to have. But what we're talking about today is a really rare opportunity. It's Jenifer St in Madison. As he said, that's 1 block over from Willy St. If you know Madison, if you don't know Madison, look up Willy St. That's where it all happens over here. The festivals, the fun, the restaurants, the bars, all of the things throughout the year that go along Willy St. You are literally 1 block from the action, all encompassed in a historic property. That's the fun of it. These homes on Jenifer St really don't turn over that often, do they?
No, they do not. And when you see one, they're usually gone pretty darn quick. And
yes.
Right here across from a school, you've got, you know, just an open field on the other side. This is a very unique property to be able to have here, and just really excited for the project.
It is. Well, so how you picked this up, of course, you learned of it, came over, took a look at it with the team, and said, this is a good buy, right?
It is, yeah, and it was, you know, I think it's a little tighter on some things than we'd like it to be, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta just get a great property in a great location, and you gotta figure out exactly the right strategy to make a little margin on it and create a great home for the neighborhood.
You picked this up for how much?
We bought this home for $300,000.
$300, and you've got about a $75,000 budget?
Yeah, roughly $75,000, give or take, maybe 10, depending on how things go. And
the good thing about the Living a Midwest Life team is this. You know what you're doing. You've done a bajillion of these. The official number, right, is bajillion?
I think it's a bajillion and one.
Bajillion. This is the one, right? This is the one. So when you're in one of the properties, what you're going to see today is the tour, and we're going to talk to you exactly about the thought process behind what's going to happen, and it's going to be a really fantastic remodel that will just bring this home back to life and take it back to the era that it comes from. So without any further ado, we're gonna head back inside. So John, when you come in this property, first off, this is the era. This is what Madison loves. Madison is an outdoor city. It is an area where everyone loves to bike and swim and hike and go and do, even in all of the crazy winter weather, right? So this is a real added value.
Absolutely, a great, sun porch. It's got storm windows on it now, so it can prevent the weather from coming in here. If you wanted to put a heater out here, you could, brave some of those winter days. But a lot of people store their bikes out here. Yeah. Put a porch swing out here, and we've got a couple of different ideas we're excited about for this porch.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about what you want to do to bring this back to life.
Well, we're going to be, of course, we'll be giving it a fresh coat of paint, but we're also going to be putting some closet hangers here so you have somewhere to sit, a little bench down on the side, really just an area to sit, and then we're going to allow for some bikes to be put on the other side. We may actually put them in some hangers so that when you come up, you're able to hang your bikes up. And we talked about putting a porch swing out here too. So we'll see, we haven't quite finalized everything, but we've got some great ideas.
That's excellent. And this is a biking city, actually a known registered biking city. So that's a really fun idea to do.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so let's go inside. I love this door, first off. These original doors, this is some of the fun that makes historic properties, something that you can look for, and especially on the east side. This is what people love over here.
Yeah, and you've got your mail slot right in the door. I mean, just a really, really neat thing. And you've got your doorbell right here.
Right.
So what an incredible little door and little feature. So we certainly will be keeping that to keep the authenticity here.
Absolutely, and what a way to start, right? You're coming into the home. So what we're going to do is just actually have John walk through and show you from the front door what the plan is and how you're going to max the value of this. So we're just going to go straight to the parlor, right?
Yeah, let's do it. So instead of taking you guys into the kitchen right away, let's go into the parlor room here.
So when you come into the parlor, which is what they always were known as, right? Not living rooms back then, but this will be a multi-space, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as you look this way, this was a formal dining room. We're actually going to convert that dining room into a great room kitchen space. The wall here will be removed completely, and we will have a peninsula coming off the left side here, and then that will be open on the right, and the kitchen will actually flow into this other room, which was the primary kitchen, but quite a tight kitchen. It had 2 door openings, so it loses a lot of wall space, and actually a third one for the back, so you end up just not having a lot of cabinetry options. So when we take this wall out, we put a peninsula in, we're going to get a lot more options for cabinetry space. We'll allow it to be an eat-in space, and then it will incorporate this dining room space as well, and really offsets what the traditional living was to a more modern lifestyle and lived-in home.
That's what I actually love about that. It's a real great blend of having that old and new. So you have the charm, you have that historic value, you have your trim and all of the things, but you also have this double living space for today's living style.
Absolutely.
And you have that open kitchen, that open floor plan that everyone loves. So like you said, it's a perfect mix of both old and new. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen. Now remember, this wall will be gone here, so that will really open all of this up. So tell us how this is going to be. This is everybody's favorite, pretty much everybody's favorite.
Yeah, and almost in every one of the remodels that we do, this is the most expensive place that you're going to remodel. And it, you know, obviously you got your cabinets, you got your plumbing, you got electrical, you got a lot of things happening here, so it just raises the cost. But basically where the camera is sitting is where the wall is going to be opening up. But we need to move a few things to be able to make this work. And one of them is we're going to be getting rid of this window so that we can actually put a bank of cabinets on this back wall. We also will be removing this window here, as that will be part of the peninsula, which will come out. We just passed this door area, but again, this whole wall is going to be gone, which allows us to use both of these room spaces for the kitchen. And again, giving, you know, that great room feel. I mean, Mom used to cook in the kitchen and close the doors when they were done and put the dishes there, and they would go off into the rest of the house. Now, that kitchen is your living space as well. So that's what we're going to be giving this house, that new feel. Even though we're trying to keep the age appropriate for the design, we're trying also to make sure that we have the design also for the function of a new family.
And for the modern family that's looking for this historic type property, you can't ask for anything more. You get best of all of that. And when you're talking about the kitchen, of course, you want that functionality. You want the storage space. You want those modern appliances. You want it to feel like the heart of the home that it is. And with coming into a place like this where it is set up for an older time and an older way of cooking, it is very segmented, by doing simple things like this, not that it's really that simple, but it is simple in the sense that you can cover that up and make more space and end up with a bigger value-based kitchen, right?
Right. Well, and you've got a neighbor right here too, so this window really doesn't provide you that much great light anyway, so we're not losing a major light source. We're not really gaining, you know, we're gaining a lot of space, but not losing a lot on the way.
Yeah, okay, so let's go look at this right here. This used to be, I guess we'll call it a service porch, right?
Sure.
Something in that manner. So this, when you're coming into these types of homes, you have to make these big decisions. Like when you first walked this property, we were looking at it thinking, okay, well maybe we could salvage this. Maybe we could make this, one of the team members, Amani and I were talking about making this a dog space or, you know, whatever you could do. But once you got into it, really started inspecting it, probably got to go.
Yeah, well, once we looked at what was actually happening with this space, it's actually sinking on its foundation. And we don't know exactly what that foundation is here yet. We'll find out once we start digging in. But the reality is, we can't keep it like this. It's either going to have to be redone completely with a new foundation, or we're going to just have to find a different use. And I think what we're going to end up with here is a nice outdoor patio space. And that will end up bringing us some value. We're going to be residing the entire house, so all of that can blend in and this will all feel new, and this piece will actually be gone. And it's always a bummer when you're taking away some usable square footage out of an investment, but sometimes the cost that's associated with keeping it is so great that it's just not worth doing. And that's kind of where we're at with this one.
And I also think that if someone's moving into this home and they can step out of their kitchen onto a beautiful paver with a great backyard, which we'll go to after we go upstairs, and have that outdoor-indoor feel, I think that's a great value.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go upstairs. We're gonna walk you through the main hall here, which in these types of homes is always super important. And you were going back and forth about whether to keep this, but I think you pretty much decided you're gonna keep this opening, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right, so let's head upstairs. Okay, so these beautiful stairs, of course they're original. You're gonna keep this, right?
Absolutely, we're gonna try to keep it as original as we can. Some of these stairs have been beat up a little bit, so the spindles, we may need to do some painting here instead of just raw stain. But we're gonna do what we can to keep it as original as possible.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything better in an original home like this than the stairs that have stayed all these years.
Yes, for sure.
All right, let's go upstairs and see what you've got. You're gonna do a lot of work up here, I know, so let's talk about that. And when you come up to a landing like this, it's a little wonky, right?
A little wonky is a bit of an understatement.
Exactly.
I don't think you can really see it too much with the camera, but what we've got here is as you get to the landing in the hallway, it's the original flooring. And then each of the 3 bedroom closet spaces here have different flooring at different heights. And we see this a lot in older homes where, the homeowner has decided to make some repairs on their own and, maybe went to a local hardware store and grabbed what was on sale that day and slapped it into one room and slapped something into another room. And that's definitely what we're dealing with here. We have a really nice cherry floor in the master. The primary suite, we have a cork floor and kind of a closet nursery area, and then we have a bamboo floor in the other area. So it does not feel cohesive in any way. It certainly isn't in period with the house. So we're going to be doing some pretty significant alterations with that.
Okay.
Additionally, I'm not so sure what happened with this hallway, but at some point it looks like the hallway was kind of sectioned off by another doorway. We're not 100% sure why that is, but we're going to be opening that up. We're going to be creating a laundry room for the second floor here. It's not really going to be a room as much as just a space for it.
You're taking what some would consider a bedroom, but it's not a legal bedroom.
Yeah, and actually it's not even going to go in there. That's actually going to be the closet for the next room. So this currently is really a 1-bedroom house with 2 separate rooms that don't have a closet. So we're going to be converting it into a 2-bedroom home with 2 nice walk-in closets. And then this doorway here is actually going to be a stackable washer and dryer. So right off the bathroom, right off the 2 other bedrooms, we're going to have a washer and dryer, and then we're going to be adding a really nice walk-in closet to the 1 other bedroom that did not have a closet, and taking this from really what is a 3-bedroom with 2 rooms that don't have a closet to a 2-bedroom with 2 really nice walk-in closets and an upstairs laundry. And I think that's really going to be an important value add for the family that takes this home.
100%, because when you buy these era homes expecting a walk-in closet, now this one does have a little bit of a surprise, which we've all been very shocked about, but that's not a standard thing. There was no such thing as a walk-in closet basically in almost all homes back then. So it's going to be a really value-add piece here. Now what about the bathroom? It looks like they tried to sort of do. And
yeah, so this was an interesting, another homeowner had started it, and they never quite finished, and we decided we're going to just gut this entire piece. Right now the toilet is in such a position you can't even open the door all the way. So again, these are things that we're going to make adjustments with, make sure that this is a nice flowing bathroom, but it's not massive, but you really got to do good design in a place like this to make it feel that it's going to function for your family. And we're excited about what it's going to become.
Excellent. It's well positioned between the 2 bedrooms as well. So, and then you said you're going to take this sort of, I don't know what we're going to call it, dividing wall, something or another they thought of back then. Ouch.
Yeah, this will all come out. We'll be open up this hallway space, give us a little extra space for the laundry area. I really think it's going to come out nicely. For me, the joy is in the redesign of the space, and others on our team help with the colors and the tile and all the nuances of the design, but relocating the space and making it more livable for the modern era is really the thing that excites me.
It's super fun, actually, it really is. Now, you, as far as the master is concerned, the primary suite today already has that walk-in closet, which we are just, again, not used to seeing in a home of this era.
Yeah, this is just a fantastic space here. You just can't beat it in a home of this era.
It's unexpected.
It's very, and the other bedroom will have a very similar sized closet, maybe even slightly larger than this one. So I think in the end, this is going to be a listing that when it hits the market is going to be very sought after because it's going to have some nuances that are going to make it feel nice and modern, but it's still going to have a lot of that classic feel, and I think it'll be very well received inside of the neighborhood and the people who are looking for homes here. So we're excited.
Perfect. It's super perfect. And of course, all of those final design choices we're going to show you in a video later on as this progresses in its construction phase. So we'll bring you back for that as well. But why don't we go outside, take a quick peek around, see what you're going to do with some of that, and then we'll wrap up.
Sounds great.
All right. So with a home like this, you really don't want to do too much to change it completely unless that's part of what maybe the neighborhood is doing. But Jenifer Street is one of those neighborhoods that still holds on to that classic look and that original feel. So what's the plan out here then?
Well, we're going to be doing, we're basically going to give this entire house a facelift on the exterior, but we're going to stay again in keeping with the style of the period. And we're working with a couple of designers right now to figure out exactly what that exterior is going to look like. But my guess is it will be, probably some whites and blacks or maybe some light grays. I don't think we're going to be adding a lot of color to this house just because it's not an area that we would expect to see that.
True.
We're going to be doing some great plantings and some flower beds here in the front. We'll put some lattice on the front of this porch just to kind of fill that in. One of the things too is this is a shared driveway. And right now, that's a pretty small driveway. And if you look back there, you can actually see that there's a driveway that kind of shoots off to the right side, which is our property. And you can see on the left side of the neighbor's property, they actually have some concrete that comes all the way upside of their house. We're gonna do the same thing on ours to give this a little bit more space, potentially being able to get two cars through there, but just at least, allowing them to feel a little bit less, confined. And then in the back, there's a nice fence there, and we'll show you. We'll do some mulch, and we'll add some mulch back here and pull the plantings out just to give it a fresh, clean look again.
I think that's a great idea. And again, speaking value, when the new family comes in, they've got a clean, redone space that's super modern. All of your finishes will be new and up to date. So all of that will be there as well. And then again, you're still keeping this fun, shared type backyard where all of the neighbors are close, which is all part of this area.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, people buy in this area for the neighborhood and the community that's here. So this isn't for everybody, but because Madison's got certainly some neighborhoods that are more spread apart, and depending on where you want to be, you can really find those little niches. But here, this nice little tight communities are really what people are looking for. We have a nice small yard here. It's going to be very easy to keep, and you're going to be able to do some great things with it. But this nice fence kind of keeps you nice and tight in. If you have dogs or animals, you'll be able to keep them in your yard.
Yes.
And then this backside we were talking about earlier, that whole back will be coming off of the property, and we'll have a nice patio here.
Well, and to think about it, in a city home like this is, we're in just minutes from the Capitol, right in the center of town, basically. This is a good yard.
Yes, for where it is, you get a really nice yard. Absolutely.
And especially the era that this was built. This is a very nice sized yard. But then, as you said, this is the piece that's coming off. We were inside earlier, and you can really see how beautiful that will be with coming out in the paving and all the different things that you plan.
Absolutely. And just having this be open and a nice outdoor living space is going to be fantastic.
Perfect. So that pretty much wraps up our part one of 1418 Jenifer Street. We're really excited about bringing you back for this. And each time there's a new episode, if you subscribe, you'll get that notification that it's up. We're going to bring back probably midway through construction and then a final walkthrough.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. So stay with us, watch for that. And of course, anytime you want to chat real estate, we are always here to do so. Reach out anytime. Contact info is below. We'll see you next time.